It's exciting.
Hopefully this is the last virtual meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The March 11th, 2021 continuing education meeting of the Texas State Board of Dental Examiners will now come to order. The time is 9:06. As a few reminders, if you are listening to the meeting on a secondary device, such as a computer or a tablet, please mute it until it is your turn to speak. Please say your name before your verbal vote during the voting process to ensure a proper count. I will also announce the names of the board members when addressing them and on the first and second motions. At this time, I would like to read our mission statement. The mission of the Texas State Board of Dental Examiners is to protect the public health and safety and promote high quality and safe dental care by providing enforcement, licensing, peer assistance, and related information services to licensees and their patients. At this time, Ms. Nichols, will you please call the roll and confirm that a quorum is present?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Burke. Ms. Laura Jones?
Present.
Ms. Catherine Sisk?
Present.
Dr. George Kirsch?
Present.
Dr. Linda Burke?
Present.
And then we have Dr. David Tillman.
Here.
All right, we have a quorum. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to our first agenda item, in which we will discuss the committee's recommendation and possible action on Rule 104.5, auditable documentation. And before I turn things over to Ms. Mendez, the reason we have this placed on our agenda today is because the question arose as to how long a licensee should keep their CE records for audit purposes. And so we realized we hadn't really revisited this since we moved to a biennial renewal for our licensures. So Ms. Mendez, do you mind leading us on this discussion?
Sure. Good morning, board members. Sorry. In regards to 104.5 and the auditable documentation, just going to briefly go over of what we accept when a licensee is selected for an audit. We send notice 60 days before their expiration date to inform them they're coming up for renewal and they're due for an audit. At that time, they are asked to submit into a portal, which we have a service provider called eStrategy Solutions. In that portal, we have it selected, or not selected, created. It was created so one would submit the documentation, which is the completion certificate and or the CE tracker. We also accept because it also has the information that has the name of the licensee, and it's the legal name, not like a nickname, right? We want the full name to be on the certificate, the course title, the type, the date, the course, the course was taken. And when I say type, it's in reference to the type of CE, whether it's scientific, technical, in most cases, most recently, we accept live interactive as classroom setting. And what has been happening is the providers are also including that information on the certificate. So when it's submitted to the portal, staff will go in, review the documentation, make sure it matches, and we'll complete the audit. We also include the human trafficking in that. So it's not an extra hour. It's included with the total number of hours of CE. Now, in response to how long they keep it, so it's the 3 years, which would include the 2-year renewal period. And then there's also a part in section 104.1, which also says 12 months that it's accepted. So a total of 3 years. I know that was messy.
No.
If you have questions, happy to answer.
Yes, Dr. Tillman?
So through the chair, if there is a complaint on a respondent on a dentist or hygienist, and the complaint was previous to the 3 years. Is that a challenge under this recommendation?
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lauren. So we're not actually changing nothing has been changed at this point. This is what was already stated in our rule. And so we weren't going to need to have an action item today and take a vote. So that's what was already currently stated in our rules, Dr. Tillman. But that is a concern, because if there is somebody that takes, let's say, a laser course and completes their 12 hours, how long should they, Ms. Mendez, technically keep that to show proof and to verify if there should be an issue later that arises, such as Dr. Tillman's example?
And please correct me if I'm wrong, but for me, the way we're looking at it internally is so it's kind of twofold, right? If they're taking the course, it sounds to me similar, and I don't want to confuse anyone, but I've gotten the same question regarding the nitrous oxide monitoring certification, right? Because in the rule, it says 5 years, but it's 5 years for the purposes of registration, right? And so to me, it would be best practices, two things. If you're using it for CE, 3 years. But if you're using it for the purpose of trying to show proof to the dentist or your employer that you can do this functionality, it seems like you would want to hang on to that certificate longer than 3 years, whether it be in a digital format, something to be able to show proof. That's, we don't have a way in our system to log completion of a laser, which whoever has completed that information or that course.
I think I'm okay with that, honestly, if we're specifying that it's just for them to show and verify that they've completed their CE hours for their renewal of their license. But I do think it's up to each provider to use their professional judgment and know that when they're needing to verify a skill set or a specialty training that they've had, they need to keep that much longer. Yes, Ms. Mendez?
And I also wanted to add, because I completely forgot about the corona polishing pit and fisher, because we no longer register those folks that are completing those courses, but they do have to take that course if they want to perform that functionality. And it would be best practices for them to keep it should and if they go to work for someone else.
Okay. Are there any other questions or any further discussion? Does anybody have anything else to add? Since we're not actually changing our rule, it's not an action item. We don't need to take a vote, is what my understanding is. That's correct, Ms. Nichols? Okay. So we're gonna now move on to public comments. I'm not aware that we had any public comment.
I believe we may have one.
Oh, okay.
We had one public comment. It's Diane Rhodes from TDA, and we just let her in.
Okay, great.
Morning, Diane.
Am I already up?
There you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that was so fast. I didn't even really understand that that's what was happening. Okay. I need to share my screen.
Can we get her to co-host? Let's work through this. You'll be patient with us just a second.
Sure.
Okay, she can now.
We believe you can. Give it a try, Ms. Rose.
Sorry, just a sec. Let me go back in. Sorry, I'm not seeing it. Can you tell me, it's not looking the way it normally does for me because I'm usually the host. So can you please tell me where the share screen would be?
It'll be at the bottom. It'll say.
Okay. Under more?
Are you on a Mac or a Windows?
I'm on a Windows.
I don't even see where you see more.
Oh, I see more. My bottom is mute, stop video, and more.
So
I
you
don't see the share
just
screen.
try more.
When I click on more, it's participants, invite, chat, record on computer. Again, not seeing share screen.
I see the screen.
Why am I the only one who's not? Okay, hold on just 1 second, please.
Yeah, my
I
share.
still don't see it. Even
Mine
if I
says-
click on my own box, it's mute, stop video, rename, pin, hide. Well, unfortunately, I don't see how to share my screen, so I'm not going to be able to show you the landing page or the graphic.
If she sends the
Yeah.
information to me, I can forward it.
If you can send the information to us, Diane, we'll share it for the group.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think I'll be able to do that because this is on protected material on our own website, so it's behind our member only.
Gotcha.
And I'm very disappointed. I'll try to send the graphic separately. I think I sent it to Christine. It's unfortunate that you can't see it, but we wanted to be able to inform the board that we've created a new CE graphic for Texas dentists to help them better understand their CE requirements. It's very graphically pleasing. It's got different boxes and colors, and it's in a flow chart type of format to help them make sure that they're able to understand what their requirements are, know when those requirements are due, and be prepared when it is time to renew their license. Additionally, our for-profit subsidiary, FSI, is entering into a contractual agreement with a company to create a specific CE app and CE computer program that will help TDA members know and be able to track their CE, what is termed vault, auditable documentation of their CE, be able to identify if they're going into their license renewal period and missing certain CE, what they're missing, and also be able to show them where such courses to fill that vacancy would be available. So it's going to be pretty dynamic of an app and program. And we're hoping, because we think we've been receiving it as you've been receiving questions about CE pretty continuously, that this will help, in particular, dentists know, track, bank, and be fully prepared when they go to renew.
Diane,
Yes, sir.
hey, George Kirch, how are you? It's
I'm
good
fine.
seeing you.
See you.
Hey, first of all, I want to thank the TDA for doing this. I can't express to you how many dentists I've had call me and how confusing our CE is right now for dentists trying to get licensing. Is this going to be only available for TDA dentists or available for all dentists?
It will be only available for TDA dentists.
Okay.
Because it is
All
a
right.
benefit of TDA membership.
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for doing that. It's going to help a lot. I appreciate it.
Yes, thanks, Diane. We've had so many changes recently. It's gotten a little confusing for a lot of our licensees. So this is really going to be beneficial. We appreciate that.
I'll ask our designer to pull the great infographic, and I'll send that over to the board so that it can be shared with you, all of you, so that at least you can see the graphic. And for those that may not have access to the actual landing page on our website, which houses the graphic and other information.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all that I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that with us, Diane. Thank you. So now we'll move on to announcements. Do we have any announcements, Ms. Nichols? Okay. So do I hear a motion to adjourn our meeting? Okay, a motion by Dr. Kirsch, a second by Ms. Jones. Thank you. So all in favor say aye.
Hi.
Bye.
Okay, and all opposed, same sign. Our meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Burke, I have 9:18.
Oh, sorry, the time is 9:18. Thank you, Dr. Tillman.
Yep. Thank you, guys. See you.
Thank you. See you in 30 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, see you.
All right. Bye-bye.
You're going to stay on. Please mute yourself. Make sure. Thank you.
So I can stay on and not
You
disconnect?
can stay on, but mute yourself if you could, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you all.